Okay. Some interesting news from around the AI and Web3 world.
Around the world, lots going on.
Lots going on. What have you seen?
Wow, well, it's not slowing down, is it? It's fascinating. It's such an interesting area to be involved in. A couple of big things in the last couple of weeks. A lot around the large language models. So Anthropic, who are a competitor to ChatGPT and to OpenAI, have launched Claude 2. Big news there is it has a context window, which means it kind of what it memorizes is much larger, 100,000 tokens, which is much larger than GPT currently, which means, for instance, it can remember all of the Great Gatsby, which I think 70,000. So you can start to upload huge amounts of data into it and it will remember it, understand it and summarize it, for instance. So that's really powerful.
Nice.
Although I have been playing quite a bit with it and it does hallucinate a wee bit still. So I was asking it some interesting questions around summarization and we did get some back which were, I think that's made up. Can you clarify that for me and show me your sources?
And was this when it was summarizing something you had put into it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's hallucinating on content you provided. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But again, it's a technologically solvable problem.
Yes.
But in the wider text, without fine tuning on, for instance, your own company data, it will still do that because we've been playing quite significantly with it. But it's really good.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting. Meta have launched just this week Llama, and they've made that commercially available as well. That's big news. And again, as you mentioned earlier, Tom, the race is on because none of big tech wants to be left out here, right? This is the AI decade. It's coming. It's already here, basically. And they're not going to miss out, So Meta have now again taken that open source kind of view, surprisingly. But again, they don't want to miss. They want theirs to be the proprietary system of AI, as do OpenAI. Microsoft have backed them, as do Anthropic. But I think what we're going to see with that is a coalescing and a kind of converging as well of those plus smaller open source models, and that private LLM thing we talk about quite a lot is a direction of travel. And past that is into private AI, which is your own, we're into Iron Man territory then, right? And general intelligence and super intelligence, which OpenAI talk a lot about.
Yeah.
So lots going on in that space, which means for us as agencies and business owners, it just means more and more ability to do interesting things and useful things and things that make ROI for our businesses and for ourselves.
Completely. Yeah. Private large language models or AI systems within business are potentially the new websites, right? This is the start of that whole exploration where when you think back as the web started kicking off, do you need a website as a business? No, you don't need one. We're okay. No, we're all right. Few people have one, but you don't really need it. They're not going to be used that much. No one will buy anything online, by the way. I don't think it's going to be there. Bang. Couple of years, every company's got a website.
That's right.
And it feels like we're in a similar spot right now with custom large language models for your business.
Absolutely, yeah. Interestingly, Wix, the website template maker, the no code. Apparently, 5% of the internet runs on Wix. Who knew?
Wow.
But WordPress is about 35%. But they've just launched this week a text to website. They've announced it, and there's some small bits you can do within it, but that's the direction of travel, which opens up a question, doesn't it, around, and again, fair play to everyone who's in business and in agencies, but, working on websites, for instance, would be an interesting thing to be thinking about the future of now, wouldn't it, as a business? If that's your business and solely your business, there could be some shakeout there, frankly, because if you can start doing these things, which aren't quite there yet, right? We've seen it in some tools we've been using, we'll chat about in a bit, but some of these tools aren't quite there. But look how far we've come since in the last 7 months, and how much, playing around with really handsome avatars of myself, not quite as handsome as real life, to where we are now, which is, massive enterprise, billions of pounds of investment, huge amounts of interest and work and jobs and so on.
Yeah.
And that's happened in 7 months.
Completely. Yeah. But this is back to the co-piloting of things. If you're a creative, if you're a builder, if you're a developer, using these tools, not in every area, but in the right areas, is going to take you further forward. I was just looking at my phone because I found a couple of things this last week, which were from some decent outlets, depending on what you think of them, McKinsey being one, GitHub being the other.
Never heard of them.
And Replit being the third. So Replit is a
Like
really
Replit.
new, interesting code platform. A lot baked in with AI in there.
Yeah.
But across all of their research with developers, generative AI is pushing their outputs forward significantly. Right? GitHub reckon engineers using their AI Copilot twice as productive. Replit, 80% of the code on the new platform is generated by AI.
Wow.
So, AI right today is not going to turn someone who doesn't know how to code into a developer. You've got too many hurdles still to get over.
Yeah.
But if you know how to code, it's going to take you way further down the line. And it's the same in other areas. And I think, that is the interesting thing with where we're at now. So it's one not to sleep on.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.